Hey everyone, and welcome to this week's market update. This week I wanted to talk a little bit about the predicted recession. First, I wanted to address the definition of recession. So most people nowadays, when they think about a recession in the housing market, they think very specifically about the crash in 2008. That is actually not what they mean by the recession when it's talked about in the current affairs. So a recession is simply a slowdown in economic growth. So the negative impact that we saw in 2008 was so severe to the housing market, particularly because the housing market itself and lending was the impedance. Is that the right word? It was the start of the recession. It was a major cause of that recession. And therefore, there was a significant impact on the housing market, where you saw a lot of foreclosures, short sales, and that kinds of stuff. Currently, this is not the case. In fact, it's the opposite. The CEO of BuildFacts, Jonathan Kanarick, and I'm going to read this because it's a quote, said that amidst concerns of a recession, it's promising to see that the housing market responding to the impact of mortgage rate decreases and other positive moves in the market. If housing continues showing the promise of growth or even just leveling off, this activity has the potential to stimulate the larger economy as a whole. So today, it's actually the housing market that's driving the U.S. economic health, which is awesome and totally different than what happened in 2008. In addition to that, the Wall Street Journal survey of economists has now pushed back their projections about when the recession will even begin in the first place. The number that think that it will begin in 2020 has now dropped to 34.2%. And that number used to be previously, earlier in the year, was predicted at almost 50%. So that's a big shift. So those of you waiting for prices to fall, waiting to get in there and scoop up properties at a major discount, stop waiting, because it's very unlikely to happen. In fact, Porch.com recently did a survey that found that Americans chose real estate as the safest investment over the next 10 years. So experts continue to predict that prices will continue to rise and Americans will continue to have confidence in the housing market. So now is the time to get in. If you have questions about the housing market, about lending, about your property in particular, please don't hesitate to give me a call at 603-682-0224. Feel free to check out my website at prohomesnh.com. I am always here to help you, and don't forget, dream big.